So lying on your side, get your neck comfortable. I'm using 2 little thin cushions to keep my ear away from my shoulder or help with that. And stretch the legs away, make sure you've switched on here, and lift the waist. So level 1, leave your bottom leg on the floor and just do a small lift and lower, perhaps moving the feet around, flex. Flex position or pointy position as you move up and down. More advanced, your bottom leg's just off the floor, so you're balancing on your thigh. Lift and lower. And then torpedo is where you've got your arms and legs stretching away, and you can add top arm and top leg, lifting and lowering at the same time. Breathe out, lift. Breathe in, lower. Breathe out, lift. Breathe in, lower. Breathe out, lift. Breathe in, lower. Breathe out, lift. Now, if you have weights handy, you can strap a weight to your ankle, and then you'd have a more challenging workout. So that's an option, and then that would really work this muscle quite strongly for you. Now, I have mentioned Fitballs before. I know there's a few people with a Fitball at home, perhaps don't really use them, and this is one move where the Fitball's quite fun to use. So it's an option, it's an alternative option to your side balance leg lift. So if you do happen to have a ball at home and you want to use it as part of your Pilates routine, this is one exercise I really quite enjoy doing. So you straighten your legs. Now I'm able to just touch the floor with that hand, which is great. So your legs are straight, arms straightish, and then we balance. So that's quite tricky. And then you lift and lower. So try not to do this anywhere near any sharp objects or corners. So if you do roll off, no harm done. So you stretch yourself out, pull your tummy in, and then lift and lower. Lift and lower. Okay. Next, inner thigh. It's great to do a straight leg inner thigh with something to put your top leg on. My favourite is chi ball, as I call it, although the title on here says overball. Lying on your side, lift the waist, rest your top leg on something that ideally allows your top leg to be about hip height. That's the perfect thing, whatever it is. Could be a couple of cushions, could be a hog, Could be some yoga blocks. Doesn't matter. The great thing is if your foot ends up about hip height, that's the ideal. And if it's a chi ball, you've got the added challenge that it's not stable. So all adds to the fun and games. So pull your tummy in, shoulders down, waist lifted, lift your lower leg and breathe. Lift, lift, lift. Breathe, squeeze. Can't really see what I'm doing with my foot there. I'm just basically circling my foot so it doesn't get crampy. Holding it in one position. So I'm just keeping it mobile really. My top leg is, my foot is flexed on top of my chi ball. As you all know, I approve of flex position. So what I'm feeling is the inner thigh of that lower leg, lifting, 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 and also my stomach, giving that leg the base, the strong base from which to lift. If you start to feel pain here or here in the lower back, you may need to stop, you may need to change your position. Anyway, we've done enough now, I think, so just relax that bottom leg now. Bend your knees. Breathe. And then you could grab that ball. Not essentially, obviously, and anything is anything's useful for this. Could be cushion. Could be a block or nothing at all. So I'm going to do the butterfly twist. Breathe out open. Now I'm going to grab one of my weights. To give myself a little bit more to do. Again, not essential at all. But I'm not going quite as far now. I'm not going to the floor. I'm stopping it. Because I'm not just stretching, I'm also working hard with the weight. So it does change things from being a purely sort of relaxing, stretchy move to a little bit more strength, which is good for me. It's really what I need. So I'm not going to do too much stretching. I'm going to pull back. So we'll do the other side. So side balance, options, leave your bottom leg on the floor. This lower arm doesn't have to be there. It could be in perhaps a more comfortable position. This is just the torpedo position. Pull the tummy in, lift the waist, and then lift and lower top leg and top arm if you like. Choose the level that's right for you. You need to be able to be stable in your position. So if by lifting your bottom leg off the floor you start to wobble, it's not right for you. If moving the top leg or the top arm makes you wobble, stay still or move much less. Don't forget to flex your feet periodically. Don't spend too much time pointing. Pointing tends to tighten up the back. So if you remember last time, we had an alternative of the Fitball, and also, as always with these exercises, you've got the option of using a weight, and I mentioned the type of weights where you've got a Velcro fitting and you can strap it around your ankle. So those are options to make it harder. I mean, the first time you do it, it's probably best to just do it without weights and then add weights as you get familiar. So just to complete my side balance options, I'll do my Fitball. So straight legs, straightish arm, hand just touching the floor. If you can't touch the floor, it'll be really hard for you to balance. So that might be that your ball's too big. Okay, I'm 5'8" and my ball is a 65. Okay, centimetre, that is, diameter. So if you're less than 5'8", you may need a 55. Okay. So legs straight and lift and lower. If you feel a bit wobbly, you could put your hand there to steady you. You can't push down. If you try to push down, the whole thing will fall over. So you can only use it lightly, which is great. Good technique. Lift and lower. So then we did inner thigh. So inner thigh lift, I'm going to rest my leg on the chi ball. My top foot and whole leg is about hip height, which is perfect alignment for your leg lift, inner thigh. So waist lifted, stomach switched on. The foot, which you can't see, unfortunately, my bottom leg, which I'm lifting, the foot is flexed and parallel to the floor for the best alignment in order to work the inner thigh muscle. If you twist your foot up, you'll be using the front thigh, the quads. If you twist your foot down, you'll be using the back, the hamstrings. So it's something the body might try to do just to do a little bit of a cheat. So you just need to be aware of that and use your core and use your inner thigh to make sure that the right muscles are being used. The foot is a guide. The foot position's a guide. But also body awareness. So you're feeling, noticing, is it the inner thigh or is it something else I'm doing here? And of course, if you've twisted forward, if you've rolled forward and toes pointing down and you're lifting using your hamstring, you might also be getting backache. So that wouldn't be good. Okay. Little rest. So when you're doing butterfly twist, I find it comfortable to have something between the knees. It doesn't have to be a ball. It could be block, for example. And then something in your arm if you want to, a weight. Or in my case, I'm using a ball, which isn't very much weight at all. It's just fun. So yeah, to make it more challenging, more work, you can use one of the weights. Safety tip, when you're moving the weight across your body for safety, have the weight going across your chest rather than across your face. So if you notice, I'm keeping that travelling across the chest. So again, if you dropped it, it wouldn't land on your face. You don't want to be hurting your teeth at this point in time. I make it sound as though it's really a really dangerous thing to have a weight in your hand. In actual fact, the only person who's ever dropped a weight is me while I was practicing at home. But it did make a bit of an impact on me. I didn't lose any teeth, but I thought, right, I'm going to be very careful. It's just a simple precaution, and it's good practice anyway. Good alignment. And rest. And there's an extra little lower back release. If you roll onto your back, feet wide, knees wide, and then just take your knees down to the floor. Keep trying to press your rib cage down to the floor as well. Over to the other side. So it's a twist, and it's also a massage for your lower back. Now, some people like to look in the opposite direction to where their knees are going. That's fine, if that's what you want to do. So that's side work. And next we've got front work.